Hello, I am Max Brailler. I am the author of The Last Kids on Earth, and I'm going to answer some of your questions today. What was your inspiration to write a story about zombies and monsters? Usually, these two creatures aren't together in stories, and the question is actually sort of the answer. I noticed that usually zombies and giant-sized awesome monsters are not together. It's usually either a zombie story or a sort of Godzilla story. And I said, why can't we have both? Growing up, I was just like the biggest fan of anything with like giant monsters in it. Books, comic books, movies. My three favorite giant monsters of all time are, in no particular order, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the original Ghostbusters, the Rancor from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and the Graboids from the movie Tremors. So I love these monsters, and I decided, it would be cool to create a story in a world, in a sort of universe where I had these heroes, these characters who were battling these big, giant, scary monsters, but at the same time had to fend off and sort of deal, sometimes in very funny ways, I think, deal with like annoying monsters, zombies who want to eat them and grab their flesh. Question number 2. In the story, Jack and his friends have some unusual weapons they use to fight monsters and zombies. If you were in the same situation, what would you choose as a weapon? So yes, Jack and his friends do have some pretty fun, weird, different weapons. That was very intentional. One of the things that got me excited when I began writing this story was thinking about all the different things that a character you could make, that I could make, or one of the characters in the story could make if they had sort of their whole hometown to themselves to do whatever they want with, and one thing they had to do was create really crazy weapons to battle zombies. And so if I was in the same situation, what would I choose as a weapon? I would choose the same thing Jack has chosen, which is a baseball bat. Jack's Louisville Slugger is actually now called the Louisville Slicer. So if I was in the same situation, I would probably choose a very similar weapon for really no reason other than swinging a baseball bat around is the closest we'll ever get to swinging a lightsaber around. And swinging a lightsaber around would be the coolest thing ever. Question number 3. Do you have any other adventures in mind for Jack and his friends? Yes, I do! I actually am very happy to announce that I have just finished writing The Last Kids on Earth 3. The title is The Last Kids on Earth and the Nightmare King, and it's very fun, I think. It's got a lot more monsters, big monsters, weird monsters, creepy monsters, plus plenty of zombie action, and I have more coming. I'm actually working right now on outlining, brainstorming, figuring out what's going to happen in books 4 and 5. All right, final question. What advice would you give to our young authors as they learn to improve their skills? This is a good question. This is a tough question because I think when that question is asked, people often hope that there's some sort of magical answer. Like, I would love to be able to just give you the power of writing like it was a video game and you just sort of picked it up and you opened a chest and you got the power of writing. That would be fantastic. But the one piece of advice that I would give, because it doesn't work that way, is don't stress too much about if your writing really stinks. My writing really stinks up until the last moment when I do a final draft that kind of brings it all together. Pretend like you already are a writer. And, go around, listen, eavesdrop. If you get caught eavesdropping, say Max said you could, listen for dialogue, listen for characters, listen for ideas, and then write them down. Write down a list of 100 ideas. 200 ideas. Keep a notebook with you and look for ideas and you will find them. So that's it. Thank you so much for these wonderful questions. And I hope you've enjoyed The Last Kids on Earth and I hope you continue to enjoy it. Thank you.